On the outskirts of a small rural town in a distant suburb, whispers of a forsaken carnival inside a cursed circus, known among the people for its mysterious and frightening stories, had long since faded into legend. Among the townsfolk, tales of the eerie laughter and the haunting tune of the old carousel echoed in late-night conversations as their faces flashed between fleeting amazement and obvious horror. It is said that there is a dark, creepy room filled with mirrors that are said to reveal the secrets of one's soul, where an old jester with a disfigured square face lives inside the abandoned circus, whispering tales of past visitors who never returned. They said the carnival came alive one night every 20 years, just after midnight, on Halloween Eve. Young and adventurous Lisa had always been drawn to the macabre and the mysterious. With Halloween fast approaching and the town's rumors tickling the edges of her curiosity, she made a bold decision. Armed with a flashlight and fueled by tales from old-timers, she ventured out past the cornfields to where the shadows whispered the carnival might reappear. The air turned chillier as she approached a clearing. Sure enough, the carnival stood there, as if it had always been. The Ferris wheel creaked in the cold wind, the colorful tents flapped languidly under the moonlight. The eerie sound of pipe organ music pervaded the air, calling her forward, deeper into its mysterious depths. A strange excitement wrapped through her heart. Fear mingled with a childish wonder were mingled in the depths of her throbbing chest. She wandered through the decrepit fairground, her footsteps barely making a sound amidst the whispering winds and rustling leaves. Suddenly, her flashlight caught movement. Her heart pounded, and her cheeks flushed as the old clown's ugly and deformed face appeared to her. A jester, with a painted face that seemed eternally frozen in a smile, gestured her toward a cursed tent. Despite her rising nervousness, curiosity won out. She entered the tent, greeted by a dazzling sight, a room filled with terrifying and enchanted mirrors. This tent was hidden from the eyes of visitors, and anyone who dared to enter it would not return. But as soon as she entered the room, things started to change. Her reflections in the mirrors no longer looked normal. She was moving so slowly that as she walked through it, the mirrors didn't show her movements. There she found the jester, standing with a distorted face, a scary smile, and his eyes staring at her as if they were looking into the depths of her soul. The jester began to whisper in a deep voice, "Welcome. You came with your curiosity. Are you ready to face your truth?" Then he pointed with his hand to the mirrors around him. In each mirror, she saw herself in a different form, screaming, crying, or looking terrified. The jester spoke again. "Every mirror here reveals to you a side of yourself, the sides you are afraid to face. But there is one of these mirrors that takes you to a world from which there is no return. Do you dare to discover it?" Lisa hesitated but knew she had to choose. She approached a particular mirror that attracted her. It was dark and blurry, as if it reflected nothing. She reached out to touch it, and as soon as she did so, she felt a strange coldness sweep over her and suddenly found herself in a dark world, with nothing but the jester's laughter echoing around her. Lisa became trapped in this parallel world where there is no escape, and with every attempt to get out, her face becomes more ugly in the reflections, as if her soul is gradually being devoured by the magic of the mirrors. Instead, they began to whisper and murmur tales of past visitors, their faces flickering between a fleeting delight and evident dread. It was then said that the circus was waiting for a new victim and that the mirror room was closed to anyone who could not face the depths of his soul. Panic surged as she realized the reflections were not of her, but of people she hadn't seen, all of whom seemed to be reaching out, trying to escape their glassy confines. They appeared as distorted versions of themselves, with bloodied faces and creepy smiles. With trembling fingers, Lisa tried to find a way back, only to find that the door had disappeared, the walls seemingly moving, and the maze was approaching her. Just as a scream escaped her lips, the mirrors shattered, sweeping her into a whirlpool of glass and dark abyss, and thick bloody fluid poured out as if she were a living, bleeding creature. The old jester suddenly appeared in a large mirror and sat there laughing quietly as he said in a low voice, "You have entered a world that cannot be exited." The jester's maniacal laugh echoed, leaving a haunting melody as the carnival began to fade, taking Lisa with it. When morning light touched the town, the clearing lay empty again, save for a lonely, silent piece of red fabric left behind. Lisa was gone forever. Her image added to the walls of the room, joining the images of the rest of the people before her, their distorted features and eerie smiles, as if they had been suspended forever. And so, the stories of the forgotten carnival gained new life, a chilling reminder of its annual return, its secrets buried for another 20 years.